What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, excuse me, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now 222 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year, which lands in a couple of weeks, but only time will tell. And as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box. I can't speak. I cannot speak, guys. In its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my @s will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below, answer the question of the day, which is that, which in a way it actually kind of does tie with this week's episode. But the question of the day is this: what would you consider to be the worst deck build set of all time? Let me know down in the comments below. And for this week's episode, since we are on the topic of deck build sets, this week's episode, we actually have the announcement of a new deck build set that has just been revealed for the 2025 format. Now, this is very interesting because of the fact that mainly because of the fact that this set, these deck build sets, they've had a tendency to turn decks from core sets into a deck that does a whole lot of nothing, quite literally. And this might just be one of them. The name of the set is called Justice Hunters. And it will be released March 22nd of next year, and it's interesting because there's a lot of different things that we can expect from this set. For one, this set could be sort of similar to the booster set that we had years ago. What was it? Number Hunters, if I remember correctly, and if I remember right, Number Hunters, actually was a very it was a very interesting set to, excuse me, to say the very least. And what's even more interesting about this is that the cards that were in this set were mostly just cards that we never got to see get released in the TCG up until that point. And I mean, like, just think of the cards that were in the set. You had a shit ton of Chronomaly cards. You had some gimmick puppets, heroic challenger, and then just a bunch of random shit. You know, like Zubabanai, Kage Tokage, Curry Vault, Photon Cerberus, Photon Lizard, Battle Warrior, which is a really weird one, and then just a shit ton of numbers. I mean, we had number 54, number 15, number 44, number 49, number 57, number 63, number 74, which number 74 was actually one of the biggest, was like one of the most expensive cards of the set. Just because of the fact that it was basically negation, which is pretty crazy. Number 85 and number 87, those were all the numbers that were in the set, if I remember correctly. I'm like scrolling down the set, trying to remember if, yeah, literally those were all the numbers, and just again, just a bunch of random Xyz monsters, you know, like Coach King Giant Trainer, which was a card that desperately needed to be printed. Comics Hero King Arthur, Battle Cruiser Dianthus, Sky Palace Gungari Day, which that one was a card that everybody was looking forward to seeing. Unformed Void, Princess Cologne, Baby Taragon, Chakra, which was a funny one, Puppet Ritual, Stoic Challenge, Overlay Capture, Number Wall, Heraldry Record, Butterspy Protection. You just had this set was actually kind of crazy, at least in my opinion anyway. But the question now becomes, what can we expect from the set Justice Hunters? What archetypes could we expect from the set? I mean, there's a myriad of things that we could see. I think one thing that we could potentially see is an archetype from the anime that never got to see the light of day. Like, I don't know what else could be there. Like, maybe Guardians, maybe. I mean, that would be interesting, because I know that with the Guardians, there's still quite a few cards that we're missing. I know that we're still missing Backup Gardna. We're still missing Guardian Force, Guardian Formation. What else is there? There's just so many cards from the Awaken the Dragons arc that we're still missing. In fact, I actually want to find, let's see, Raphael. Here we are. I'm trying to like remember what cards we're still missing from his deck, because there are so many cards that we're missing. Let's see here. Come on. Here we Okay, so for some reason I can't get to his deck, unfortunately. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Here we are. Okay, so there are still some that we're missing. I know again, obviously we're still missing backup Gardner. We already have Guardian Dread Scythe, Guardian Eatos, Elma, Grarl, KS, Guardian Bao. There are a lot of different Guardian monsters that we have currently, but there are still some that we're still missing. And then just a bunch of random cards that we're still missing for the deck. Aid to the Doomed, Dimension Distortion. I think we still have that. I think we actually have that card. Guardian Shield. Let's see here. Nightmare Binding, Obedience, Orichalco Sword of Sealing, Purity of the Cemetery, Rescuer from the Grave, Self Tribute, Crystal Seal, Guardian Force, Guardian Formation, Limit Tribute, Spirit Hunting. We're still missing those cards. We are still missing a lot of those cards. So maybe we might finally see the rest of Raphael's cards get printed. It's very doubtful, given the fact that these deck build sets are more suited for, are basically again with these deck build sets always introduces us to new archetypes, if you will. So it's wishful thinking, right? It's wishful thinking first to want cards from the anime to get printed finally. So I think when I think of the term justice, I think of a deck similar to the heroes, if you will, to the hero decks, or something similar to the for hire decks, or something like that. That's something that that we could see is probably an archetype that's like a mix of the for hires and the heroes all rolled into one massive archetype. That's one archetype there. And then as far as like the other two, there'll probably be a couple of random ones that like people will just look at them and say, this deck sucks. This deck right here, this is the best deck. These two here suck. That's what's gonna probably end up happening. And I know I'm berating players right now, so I do apologize for that in advance. But but thinking about it on the surface, this set might just end up being, I wouldn't say the best, but I wouldn't say the worst booster set we've had currently. But right now, like as of right now, it's still young, right? Obviously, it's still young. We just got this this announced. No one really knows exactly what to expect, but I will say that the first batch of cards that get revealed will determine potentially what the other two archetypes are going to be. So again, when I think of the first archetype, the first batch of cards that will get released, I'm thinking it'll be a mix of like something to do with heroes and maybe the for hire strategy, or it could just be something that, you know, it could be some sort of like some deck based off of the Justice League or something like that. It sounds weird, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be, again, I think this set is gonna be very interesting to say the very least. But But I'm very curious of what you guys have to say about this set, and let me know down in the comments below what cards, sorry, what kind of archetypes would you guys like to see get printed in this set? Because honestly, another another archetype that we could potentially see, again, as always, is another waifu deck, which we all know. Waifu decks always end up being tier 0 in any format. This might not, and once it gets released in Justice Hunters, it ain't gonna be no different. So let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. And if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.